Welcome to today's esoteric reading for the collective. We're going to start off today with a little candle moment. I felt channeled to light one for you, so hopefully you enjoy. If you're wondering, the flavor / smell is cinnamon and orange, so if that means anything to you. I'm also going to go ahead and get a channeled song for this, but I'm going to do it with the sound off because of copyright. So let's get a channeled song for today for this reading. Ooh, okay. And then the next one. Ooh, okay. And then one more. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So for those audio listening only, it was Teeth by 5 Seconds of Summer. That Guy by Richie Kwani, I think is the stage name. It's Tyler Creator's other persona. And then Don't Wanna Sleep by Måneskin. Already, that's really interesting. I was getting the vibe that this was going to be a very sweet reading. Obviously you can see the donut fabric. For context, this fabric was given to me with my baby cat Queso. The lady who found him gave me this fabric to kind of keep him warm in the meantime, and so I've just had it ever since. I don't even really like donuts that much, but I felt called to use it for the background for today's reading. So already getting the vibes with that 6 of Pentacles and the donuts, very kind, but then also you get our channeled songs and they're a little bit more risque. Literally, especially with Teeth and Don't Wanna Sleep, it's literally about partying all night and then having some sex, if you know what I'm saying. And then That Guy is knowing who the fuck you are because you know who the fuck you are. You're that guy. It's a good song. I used to listen to that one a lot when I worked out at the gym. I don't do it. I need to go to the gym. Anyways. Little reminders for me too. But still, it's very fun. Love the little channeled songs. But let's get into this. Another thing, something with this kindness that feels like it's being tailored either for you or you're tailoring it for somebody else, depending on what side of this kindness you're on. We'll probably figure that out with the cards. I'm going to do some tarot real quick. Not quick, but you know what I mean. But maybe this is quick, maybe I make these readings timeless, so that way whenever you find them, they apply for what you're doing at that point in time. And maybe it's once you see this, it's this act of kindness is quickly after, That would make sense, because I also have a meeting with somebody who has the word quick in their name. So, maybe. Alright. And then I'm gonna flip this. Okay. So we've got the Chariot in reverse. And then to clarify that, hope y'all are doing well today. We've got the Ace of Cups upright. So very interesting. I was watching back some of my videos and I realized I say the phrase incredibly interesting all the time. Okay, mini story. It might be relevant. Usually if I tell a story in tarot readings, it's for a reason. So I was in this class. I genuinely could not tell you what the class was about. I forget. But I was in this university class and we were learning about something new, very much kind of artsy stuff. It was a theater class, I know that. And in our circle of discussion, I used the phrase interesting 6 times in my response. And the instructor was like, you know what, for learning a new thing, I'm proud of you for saying the phrase interesting because it implies a neutral, if not positive, feeling towards this new information. You're not judging it when you first receive it. You're approaching it with neutrality, if not positivity. That kind of feels like it could totally be maybe your reaction to receiving this new kindness. Also, I said new. I meant to say news, but I said new. So this could be a new individual that's going to approach you with a kind offer. One that you don't necessarily see. but is going to be very emotionally fulfilling. Also, new would make sense with that Ace of Cups. You know, Ace of Cups just reminds me of like, if you've seen 1111 or 111, I saw 511 on the timer as I said that. If you see 111 or 1111, that to me is just like Ace of Cups energy. Also could be Ace of Wands. But yeah, very much new emotional journeys that you might not be seeing. Like, Chariot coming up means that there is something approaching, but it being reversed to me is giving you don't see it. It's not on your radar. You're not aware of what's going on. You know, you're just knowing that you could be feeling somebody in your energy, or maybe if we're going on the side that you're not receiving, but you're giving this offer, it could be that you're not sure how to progress, but you know that you would like to, and that there are feelings within you that you want to be able to express, but you're not really sure how to go about it, even though you would like to go about it. That's another way this range could be interpreted. Either way, interesting. I've gotten these cards, now maybe not the chariot, but I almost said cherries. Anyways, cherries to me are like such the sensual fruit, if you get what I'm saying, and I'm gonna leave it at that. The High Priestess just came out of the deck. It didn't come out all the way, but yeah. Interesting. What's with the Chariot in reverse? Ooh, okay. Whoa, okay. Okay, so a couple of things. By that I mean two. One, as I was shuffling the cards, you might have heard me go, okay, because my cards just kind of got all jumbled in my hand, and it was like, not like a mess, but definitely like, oh wow, there's like 6 different stacks of stuff in my hand right now. And then I fixed that, and then I flipped it like twice, and then immediately Tower card came out. Tower card also landed on my childhood teddy bear, so, excuse me. I'm back. I very much... This is incredibly interesting. If you're on the side of receiving this, I think that tower is you finding out what this offer is without really being privy to it beforehand. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see the fullness of that tower. Wow. Yeah, this is something big, life-altering. Because it landed on the childhood teddy bear, and then also a card came out as I was thinking this, I would... Ooh, okay, yeah. I was not kidding about that quick energy. Oh, wow. That quick energy is happening. When you're seeing this, I feel like you're about to receive a very, very, very kind offer that you're not aware is happening. Or you have been thinking about giving an offer to somebody. Offer could literally mean anything. But I'm going to go with, it could be a love offer, could be a career offer, could be you wanting to show somebody that you respect them. I don't know. I would say that it's definitely an emotional one with the Ace of Cups there. And then also on my deck right now, on the bottom is the moon. And I don't know if you could see that, but like peeking through on the top, let me slide, is the Emperor. So very much could be a love offer, could be there's a masculine figure who wants to approach you and you're not seeing it, but when they do, you are treating it with the neutrality / positivity of that like interesting perspective of approaching new information with no negativity outright, giving it a chance. That's what this feels like. And I would not be surprised if you're watching this because the universe or your spirit guides or the gods and goddesses above, whatever you choose to use for your source of divinity, like definitely, interesting, okay, divinity is what I meant to say, but this is a definite apparently. They wanted, and a car horn just went off, okay. They wanted to kind of give you a heads up of like, this is happening. You might not be aware what's happening, but it's happening. Or if you're on the other side and you're giving this offer of like, which I honestly, I wonder, this might just be like a smaller collective that's watching this. Yeah, the 2 Pentacles just came out. So it could just be that there's a smaller collective here who needs to give this offer. That's why you're here, is to give you that little extra push. With the Two of Pentacles, I would suggest watching my, I think it's called Relax into the Feeling That You Are Loved. It has a little tree stump with a wooden box that's painted blue and green with a little froggy on it. I would recommend, if you're on that side of like you're wanting to give this offer, I would check out that reading, because this feels very much associated with that energy. Because the Two of Pentacles, I literally go into depth about that card in that one. And I'm pretty sure we also had the Tower in that, and the Six of Pentacles possibly. If not, we definitely had the Six of Cups in that one. So I will check that out. Point being, though, if you're on the side of receiving this, it's gonna happen pretty quickly after you find this, which is very interesting. I always love it when I do a collective reading and it ends up being like, I don't know, like the last one you see before something happens. It's a fun energy. Okay, so 6 cards just popped out, but in pairs of 3, so we're gonna take our time with this one. Oh, never mind, there's a 4th one, okay. But I should note that the bottom of the deck energy is Queen of Cups, and you'll see why I say that later. So, the first 3 that popped out together were the Sun, the Star, and the King of Cups. This is showing me that if you are manifesting a masculine in your life, if you are manifesting having a strong emotional connection to something, could be very inner child. This could be like, maybe it's a dream you've had when you were a kid that you were really emotionally attached to, and then like a wish upon a star, and then that star ended up being as big and beautiful and bold as the star that is the sun, right? So that could be a way to interpret this if this is not related to love. However, with the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck and the King of Cups showing up, low-key, like, feels like love, that's all I'm gonna say. Especially with those songs, because Teeth is a very, it's a very interesting energy of a song. Same thing with Don't Wanna Sleep. And then that guy is just like exuding confidence from a place not of arrogancy, but of truthfulness to oneself in a way that gives off the same fuck you energy as arrogancy. Like, it's like the reasons why this person has confidence are valid as fuck, therefore it doesn't come off as a dick move. It's just like, yeah, they know who the fuck they are. That's what that song gives to me, but I highly recommend checking out those 3 songs if you want to get more deep into those energies. However, going back to the other 4 we pulled, so hopefully you can see the spread. This is about as high as I can get my camera, so hopefully you can see everything, but basically just kind of going over the energy that we got with those last couple of cards. It's giving the vibe that there is a happy celebration of a wish fulfillment coming true. That could be to do with a very emotional, life-altering offer. And you might not see just how fast either this flows to you, or that this, once it's here, how fast it accelerates. Like, to describe what I'm talking about, in Mario Kart, if you don't know, I love Mario Kart, specifically 8 with the DLC and everything. In that, you have a couple of seconds to like ramp up your engine, right? And then you have the rest of the acceleration. It's giving either, this is, with that 8 of Wands energy, either A, you're not seeing just how fast this person is pressing on the engine for those first 3 seconds before they go, and so suddenly it's like, boom, it's in front of you, the offer's there. Or it's B, when they offer the offer and you accept, and it's like, ha ha ha, happy celebration, woo woo, you know. Then there's this energy of, it just goes. Like, engines go, and you just go. I don't know how else to phrase that besides just go. But that's kind of the energy. Especially with that like 2 pentacles right next to it with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Like you've literally got every ace besides Ace of Wands. And like, I should also note, you also have, I believe, so you got 1 Knight, a King, and then earlier there was a Queen of Cups. And then right now on the ground, I'm not going to show you because frankly they're like splattered. And I don't want to move my camera because that took a while to set up. But I'm seeing Page of Swords, King of Swords, and Judgment. That are the 3 that are like splayed out in particularly easily seeable fashion. So this is something that is like, it's big energy. I mean, that tower does not come out like without it being big energy, but also like right next to the sun. Damn. Like, this is something incredibly big. I'm incredibly excited for you, and I really want to get into the next deck. We're only going to do 2 decks today, but I feel like this is one of those things where you are going to know what to do when it happens. You just got to let everything fall into place. But in the meantime, we can do a little bit of a, you know, a little tarot reading to kind of prepare you. But yeah. If you heard the mic move, I had to move it, so apologies if there was a sound that was unpleasant. But yeah, the next deck we're going to be using is the All of You is Magic deck by Zulfa Isaac. If you'd like, all of the decks listed will be in the description, and you are more than welcome to check them out on your own. I really like this deck for new viewers of the channel who are not familiar. This is an oracle deck, and it really helps for journal prompts, visualization exercises. If you'd like to meditate on an idea, this gives you a good prompt to meditate on. Interesting. Okay. So the energy of blue could be important to you. I've been getting blue a lot today. I mean, granted, like, my hair is blue, so, like, duh. But, like, I also painted my nails dark blue. And the card that you just got is blue. So, hopefully we will be in focus when I do this. Because currently, I cannot see the camera. But it's cool. There is a future version of yourself who is in awe of your courage. You are a vehicle for your dreams and ambitions. You are the water that is carrying the ship to shore. I'm going to read that one more time because Mercury is in retrograde and I am stuttering Stanley. There is a future version of yourself who is in awe of your courage. You are a vehicle for your dreams and ambitions. You are the water that is carrying the ship to shore. Beautiful. And, like, real quick, I just want to point out, like, the idea that you're flowing towards your dreams and aspirations with that wish fulfillment and the sun coming out, that totally makes sense. Also, interesting that we got a card with the phrase vehicle, since that chariot in reverse. This is incredibly interesting. Now going into the section on the bottom part of the card. Hopefully you can read that. I apologize if you can't. Visualize yourself sitting by the shore as waves push a bottle towards you. Within the bottle is a letter from your future self. Write down what you see. Now read that letter back to yourself. And then while you think about that and what that letter would say, I'm going to show you the art of the card. This art could also inspire maybe a sentence or two at the beginning of your letter. Also, if you're in the time capsules, you could totally use your letter and put it away for another day. Kind of simulate this exercise in reality. Yeah. Overall, I'm very much getting the vibe that there's something coming towards you, or there's something that you've been wanting to give to somebody. And this is an incredibly emotional thing, but in a good way. I say that because while I don't necessarily want to label certain emotions as good and bad, I think that's something that you will be able to balance. It's just going to be a lot. So there may be a little bit of overwhelm. I'm getting the idea of relief here. Four of Swords is coming to mind. Very much could be a lot. But with that Two of Pentacles and that Eight of Wands energy, it's like you're going to be able to balance this energy flow. You just need to go with the flow. Like literally, going with the flow of, you know how to handle this. If it's for you, then it's for you. And if it's not, then it's not. But treating it with that, it's interesting mentality of not approaching it with negativity, but instead at least neutrality. Now, obviously, if you get the offer and it makes you want to punch him in the face, maybe don't approach it with neutrality. Say no. That's the idea of, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, then it's not. A gray cat outside just walked by. So if that's something to me that means to you, there you go. I'm going to go feed the outside cats in a little bit, but to kind of wrap up this message, yeah, I would say just, if it's for you and you're feeling it in your body and your intuition is feeling good, and if your body feels safe around this person, whether or not you're the one offering or receiving this Six of Pentacles energy, know that you will be able to know whether or not it's for you. And I'm going to be real, it's looking like it's a yes. So just kind of take it with your own pace. Take your time with this. There's no rush. I think that's what the Chariot in reverse is. It's like, there's no rush for this also. Like, it'll happen. It's going to be cool. All right. I am burping so much, so I'm going to end the reading because there's a lot of energy. But I hope you enjoyed, and please check out my Linktree in my YouTube description and YouTube bio to help donate money to Palestine, Sudan, Congo, Yemen, Haiti, and many more. I'm going to be adding more links to that, so if you see a surplus in links on that Linktree, that's why. Also, if you have any that you think would be really good to add to that Linktree, please put those in the comments, and I will happily check them out and then add them if they are ethical and reputable. But yeah. Also, if you're an immigrant in the USA, I almost forgot, oh my god, how dare I. If you're an immigrant in the USA, I hope you're having a fan-flipping-fucking-tastic day. Yes, no cursing and cursing, because I mean it that much. And I hope you get, maybe not a donut if you're not into that, but a sweet treat today. You know, the world's burning. Enjoy a sweet treat today. You know, make yourself a cup of coffee and just have a good day. You know, a little sweet treat never hurt nobody. You know, but yeah. Y'all have a great day, stay safe, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.